believe that Bill Belichick is a mediocre football coach. Now, that is a hot take that everybody in the media right now loves to say that Belichick is the greatest coach of all time. Fine. He's won 6 Super Bowls or 8 Super Bowls if you count his days with the Giants and all that crap. But here's my take. First of all, the North Carolina thing is a huge nepotism play to me. I think Bill's going to be there for 3 or 4 years of his 5-year deal, $10 million a year. I think he's going to be there for 3 or 4 years. This whole play was to get Steve Belichick, his son, the head coach in waiting job so that Steve has a fantastic job in 4 to 5 years. I think this is going to be a disaster for recruiting. Now, you can keep this hot take because I might be terribly wrong and he may be in the playoffs next year, but I think they're going to be terrible at recruiting. Belichick is famous for humiliating his players. Famous for it.
The way he makes fun of guys, it's extremely funny and demoralizing. If you dropped a ball on the flat or something, he would sit there and he would rewind it. And this is in front of the whole team. 100 guys, because you got coaches and all the people, upper division there. And he would sit and he would rewind it like 3 or 4 times, right where the drop is, right where the drop is, right where the drop is. And then he would look at like the crowd of the team, because it's like a pavilion, and he'd be like, "You mean to tell me you can't make a wide route catch in the National Football League? We got kids in Foxborough High School that can make this play."
He would humiliate Brady. Brady was a generational talent, and he would humiliate him in team meetings. You don't think he's going to do that to an 18-year-old kid? These kids, the coaches these days have to play part politician, part babysitter and coddler, and yes, they have to coach football. They have to coach X's and O's. But I think that this is going to be a mess. I also thought, and this was an interesting tidbit that came up yesterday, is that his buyout is $1 million after June 1st, 2025, which means that if an NFL team came calling in the middle of the summer, which they wouldn't because they'd already have their coaches at that point, but his buyout is only $1 million. So my big thing is he going to pull a Jets Patriots? A lot of people forget that the New York Jets hired Bill Belichick a long, long time ago, and he left them at the altar for the New England Patriots when Robert Kraft came calling with his bigger check at the time than the New York Jets. And he just completely, and have the Jets, the question is, have the Jets even recovered from that from 25 years ago? So I think this is a disaster. I think it's going to be a mess in Chapel Hill, and I love Chapel Hill. I wish them the best, but I think this was a nepotism play. I think this was all about Steve.